Welcome to Meeple, uniting players around the world. A 30-minute exploration of PJ and Gareth's board game experiences from across both sides of the Atlantic. Each episode they share their thoughts and opinions on the world of board games, including their favourite themes, games, hot topics, and much, much more.
Hey, and welcome to episode 77. That's right, 77, guys. We are getting closer to a 100. And today is Gaming with Your Family. We're going to talk about family games. As always, I am PJ.
And I'm Gareth, and I'm back.
You are back.
I've missed an episode. Woo!
You missed a really good episode last week, too, if I might say so.
I know. Yeah, I was reasonably gutted.
But,
I
got to say,
yeah,
in your absence, I'm getting really good at this hosting thing.
You go solo more often. I mean, I'm lucky to be here today because obviously I had a lot on last week, and then I crashed my bike on Tuesday and have a pretty serious bruise, and I can't sit down on my bottom at the moment. So don't go riding, don't do exercise. It's really bad. It
is bad for you.
But we have a cushion with a donut cushion has arrived, so all is getting better. Only 4 weeks, I believe, to recover from it. But apart from my pride, the bike is fine.
I was not going to bring it up. Okay, so you brought it up. I'm glad you did because I wasn't going to say anything. But so we're gonna talk about family games today, and it's kind of interesting how we came about this topic, right?
Yeah. So I think we don't often talk about family games. We often talk about the heavier or the medium weight games. But anyone in the Instagram community will have certainly seen the game Tossit appear in many social channels.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe before Christmas, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. And then you've picked up a copy.
I did.
And thought we'd reach out.
And with that in mind, we posted because we have our guest on who I'll introduce in just a minute. We were talking about Tossit, and it's like, okay, it's a family game and it's also a party game. So we took it to you, our listeners, and let you vote. And it was 48 to 31. I don't know if that's overwhelming, but thank you for participating in our poll. And y'all chose family games. So we decided that family games is going to be the context. And like you said, it's something we don't talk about. And we are lucky enough today to have the head community manager for Tossit, Niki Bijou. Niki, how are you?
Hello. What an introduction. I'm great, thank you. That was great.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for joining us. This is great.
It's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we had we talked about your game a couple episodes ago with another guest. And then I think you were very enthusiastic about our talking about Tossit. And so I reached out to you and you sent me a copy. And pretty much my wife and I, when we get home every night after dinner, we'll play a few rounds right there in the living room on the floor. Which has been great. And so I was like, Gareth, we need to have Niki on and talk about Tossit. And so here we are. This is great.
That's awesome.
Niki, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes.
What your role is and how long you've been with Tossit?
Yes, of course. So, yes, I'm Niki. And I'm the head community manager for Tossit. And I have been with Tossit since October. So time really has flown. It really has flown. It hasn't felt, like that duration. But I love it. I also do content creation as well. And a few other things in the background. And I absolutely love it. I really do. And, before we go any further, I want to have a big shout out to Nick as well, because obviously he was the one from Board Game Reviews who mentioned the dexterity game that Tossit is. So thank you so much, Nick. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. So thank you. I just want to really say that. He's
honestly,
great.
Don't encourage him.
He's great.
And he is great. He is Nick, and he made us all laugh.
Yeah.
And what I think a lot of channels, a lot of I guess our friends and people we work with or communicate to or chat to, play games with, have seen Tossit across socials. Was that one of the things that you brought in? So when you joined back in October, I'm sure it must have been around then that we started to see this game appear in various Instagram channels.
Yeah, well, actually, the game was originated in France about a couple of years ago, and it went viral there. It went absolutely viral. And since then, we expanded in Europe, and it also went viral in Germany and in Spain. And now we're trying to just basically take over the whole world. That's just to be honest with you. And that's why you see it's true. That's why you see all of the content from various countries. You see America, Japan, Australia. The founder at the moment, he's doing an actual tour across all of Asia, literally all of Asia.
Wow.
So we just want to bring this game to everybody, every country. That's what we want to do. And
Wow.
obviously, and into UK as well, in the UK market. And this is why I'm here.
And do you look after the UK, or
And
do
I
you look
love it.
after is it global or is it UK role you have?
For me, it's UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how's it gone in the UK? Is it really launched back in October, or had it been around before then?
No. It was literally in October. So I would say we're absolutely brand new to the market here in the UK. And, it's largely positive reception. And it's just been really, really fun to obviously canvas out in the streets and just get to introduce the game. Lots of people are very curious as well. And it's lovely. I mean, just to make people smile, especially in this day and age and everything everything that's going on in the world, let's be honest, just to have a nice game like Tossit is something, personally means a lot to me. So I love it. And I do it as a job, and it's amazing.
That's a pretty good job.
That's
It really
Pretty
is.
good job.
I love it.
And for those who haven't seen any of the socials or haven't seen Tossit in the shops, do you want to do a quick overview of how the game plays?
Yeah, of
And
course.
what sort of game it is?
So yeah, it's a silicone dart game, and it mixes the principles of pétanque. So basically, like the UK version of lawn bowls, darts, and the spirit of Molki, which is a Finnish game. And essentially, I mean, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. I mean, the whole idea is that you have silicone darts, you have a blackjack, and then in a set, you'd have 2 colors of darts. And, you play against your opponent. You can also play in teams. And then you throw your darts. The closest to the jack obviously wins, but also it's first to reach 13 points wins. So there's lots of different gameplays. There's also different modes. But that's like the basic one. So yeah. That's basically
That's
it.
awesome. So, in the context of family games, how would you say, like, what sets Tossit? What would make it a family game?
It's a wonderful question, and I think it's quite multifaceted. And the main thing is that it kind of the whole idea of the game is that you have to participate. If you want to win, you have to be in it. And it's kind of like there's a dexterity aspect, obviously, but it brings the family together on a social and a personal level for developing child mind, building the confidence. It's just you can't basically let me rephrase it. You can't not play the game and not smile. You can't. It's landing on a smooth surface. It has that little wiggle action. I mean, I dare you to play it and not smile and not laugh. Honestly,
maybe that's a challenge. That could be a
yeah.
That was you know what? That
try and keep a straight face. Yeah.
It's not possible. It's not possible. Actually, I think I've seen it on Instagram. Like people are doing these challenges. They fill their mouths with water, and you've seen that, right? And they try not to laugh.
Yeah,
I might do that actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can do that.
There you go. Giving you some content creation ideas
Thank
as well.
you so much.
It reminds me of I mean, as a kid, I remember going holiday to the beach, or we'd go camping, and we always had a set of balls, which is the water-filled plastic with the jack. And that kept it entertained for hours as a kid, or even in the garden playing games. I've got loads of fond memories of playing, I guess, what would have been an older version of Tossit back in the day. So I agree. We always just had great fun. It's just one more go, yes, one more go. So
it's addictive.
Yeah,
it's
great.
easy. It's addictive, and there's lots of different maneuvers that you can do. Like we have something called a kiss when the 2 darts are sticking together at the bottom. We have something called a jack over, which is really hard to do, which is the other dart landing on top of the other darts. So like there are so many things that you can do, and obviously the way to get to those moves is practicing again and again and again, and that's how it can bring families together. It's easy to play, and just chuck it in the canvas bag that's provided and literally just take it with you everywhere. That's it. No fuss, no small pieces. Nothing's gonna get lost, provided you don't lose them.
That is it. Yeah, it is that going to the beach, going camping, just going down the park.
It reminds me
Keep some gaming element.
it reminds me of horseshoes here in the United States, where you have like a metal peg that you kind of hammer down into the soil, 2 of them, right, on either end, and you're throwing metal horseshoes. So naturally, if you're a kid, you don't get to play. You watch the adults, and so you really want to play. And then you see Tossit, and it's like, well, now you can play it anywheres, right? Linoleum floor, wood floor, you can do it on the table, the window. If you've got a big bay window that only has like one big pane, that works too.
Yeah.
And
Whiteboard,
apparently,
ping pong table.
and apparently, according to the Instagram content that you create, the airport, the bathroom, the garden. I mean, tell me about some of the more exotic places that y'all have filmed Tossit on Instagram lately, because it's awesome.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, when you said bathroom, that just kind of threw me. But yes, no, I mean you absolutely can. Yes, I mean, as I said before, we're trying to bring Tossit globally, right? And that includes every country that we can possibly get to. The founder at the moment is, as we speak, is in China, but before then, you see the locations that you see now. That includes Thailand, Vietnam, Dubai, and that's just a few. That's just a few that I've mentioned, and it's so we're so fortunate to be able to do that. But I think it's a way to just show everybody, wherever you are in the world, there is an opportunity to play, and that's just the beauty of it. And that includes, yeah, somewhere as humble as the bathroom, all the way to the hot beaches of Bangkok. That, like that. It's just versatile. So that was our goal. But obviously, it's nice to have a nice background as well and playing somewhere it's beautiful. And if you're on holiday, you're on holiday mode, you're more inclined to play and just relax and have a nice time.
That is the advantage, isn't it? It is, unlike a board game that we normally talk about with all its bits and pieces. This one really is portable. Is there what's the biggest market, and is there anyone playing Tossit at like a competition level? Have we got any
not yet, but
leagues going?
Not yet, but I think that would be something that we could definitely explore. But I think it's just because it's so new, especially in Europe and in UK especially. But I think, why not? That would be quite cool. Because
I guess one day maybe even Olympic sport.
Ooh.
Look, man,
we're really pushing it.
The sky's the limit, okay? Come on.
Yeah.
You never know. But the thing is, this game was actually invented during like COVID time, where we were trying to kind of bring some positivity and some light into those dark days. And we had no idea that it was going to be as viral as it was, especially in France. I mean, the game stuck in Decathlon over there. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Proper. It's on the shelves.
And it's like, obviously, it's a different kind of market out there. They take their games very seriously in terms of kind of molki and pétanque, and those kind of games. And so obviously it took off there, and that's what we hope to achieve around the world. So who knows? It could become a league game in the future. I mean, we didn't expect it to go viral like it has. So let's see.
I guess it's that social element again. In the French lifestyle is outside drinking, socializing, having a game with you that they can play either in the squares or camping in the beach. Really does work.
It does, and they really take that culture very seriously, and it's nice. It's nice to see that they're so passionate about it, and it's just lovely, really.
Where can I buy it in the UK or US? So Decathlon's in France. Whereabouts? Who stocks the game, or is it online?
Yeah, so at the moment you're able to buy it from the eShop or from Amazon. So
nice.
At the time of this recording, you could buy the game and it can be with you tomorrow by 1 p.m.
Tomorrow.
There you go.
I mean, that's the beauty of Amazon. We love and hate it at the same time.
Is. Yeah.
You are so right.
Fully available. It's just the right time of year now, isn't it? Because the evenings are getting lighter. People are thinking about holidays. People are going to. I mean, I saw some friends on the beach today in the UK, so it must be summer now.
Wow.
People are on the beach, and it wasn't even that. Wasn't even that warm today. But yes, I guess lighter evenings are on their way.
And the good thing as well for like going on holiday and traveling is that it's actually quite a light game in terms of weight and weight distribution. So that's another plus as well. It's just a very light game. It's not heavy, so I like that.
I am kicking myself now for having not brought it with me to the UK. because
Oh,
it's
There's an
it's so
opportunity there.
portable. You know, you try to think of everything, and oh, that would have been a great opportunity. Yep.
Next time we'll have the meeple
PJ,
to meeple and
PJ, you
know.
just have to come back.
competition.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're already planning on it.
He's planning it already. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Love it.
my wife and I have decided that we are no longer backing Kickstarter projects. We're done completely because we got to save money so we can go travel every year. And Cajun Con will be in April every year in Southampton, so I
Oh,
gotta go to that, right? I mean, you can't
Yep.
have Cajun Con without the Cajun Gamer, right?
Yeah, it's had a rebrand already, so for next year.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yep.
So okay,
Love it.
and PJ, how have you found it? So you've been playing it with Katie.
Yep.
You played it with friends or
No, we've only just played it together. I guess because we don't well, we've been so crazy, right? So we got a copy, and then we got sick, and then we traveled, and then we were in England, and so it was just like we haven't really got a chance to play with just other than the two of us, but it's addictive. Like every night we get home, we have dinner, we play a few rounds of Tossit, and then we go to the bed for the evening or whatever. But like it hits our floor. Not our table.
Nice.
It hits our floor because we have wood floors, and it hits our floor every single night, and it's just been
Isn't
so
it
much
so
fun.
satisfying? The sound, like the ASMR, like to the max. Just the sound. I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
It is. It is. I will, but I have to admit that I'm rubbish. Katie's just so good.
PJ, you're not rubbish. It is all in the technique. It is. I
All in
promise
the
you.
technique.
I promise
Yeah.
you. It's just one thing. Okay, if I can just say one thing that anybody will remember from Tossit, you have to hold the dart at the back. That is the way you're going to make it stick. A lot of people, they're kind of
Top
throwing
tips.
it just like darts. Just hold it from the base, hold it from the back, and it will stick every time. I promise you. I promise.
Well, it does.
He's not convinced.
No, because it says that on the box, and I'm really attentive to doing that. And it's like boop, and it falls down. I can't get it. I'm definitely doing something wrong because I'll catch myself trying to throw it like a dart and go, nope. Got to throw it from the back.
And arch it as well.
It's those sort of sport games when it's arch it.
Yeah, arch it, throw it above your head, and just give it the best chance of possible. Yeah, that's it.
Grenade.
Okay.
Like a
It's
grenade.
gonna happen.
Well, I'm gonna try tonight and see if I can finally beat my wife. It'd be great.
PJ, what we need is video content of you, tossing it, and then tomorrow on Tuesday with the live, we'll have a little bit of you and Katie.
Okay, I'll give it. Well, she doesn't like to be on camera, so it's just going to be me.
Yeah, could just do like them landing.
Yeah,
you'll think of a way.
I'll figure it out.
I get the same thing.
I was thinking about obviously family games based on the poll, and then I guess I was thinking, do we talk about Wingspan? But then I thought about, well, what other games fall into that kind of set of games where, like Tossit, I can throw it in the bag,
right,
put it in my pocket, and take it and make it movable and have that gaming experience on the go. And the one that sprung to mind straight away was Hive. So that's in the bag. There's small pieces, and that does go everywhere with us. And we played it on the beach. We played it in the park. We play it on airplanes. So if you haven't played, I think we've talked about it in the show before, but it's little insects, like Baker-like plastic tiles where you're hopping or moving your insects around the hive to surround the queen. But I think, PG, you've got a copy now, haven't you?
Yeah, you sent me a copy back in September, and it's hit the table quite a bit.
That is one of our best played family games.
But it doesn't play. But the whole family can't play it because it's 2-player. So.
Well, that some people only got a family of 2.
Okay, that's fair. We have a family of 2, so okay. Yeah. I guess when I think of family, I'm thinking about more than just 2. But so what I was thinking about
children.
Yes.
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, when Katie and I were in England and we went to the British Museum, we made a point of going to the Babylonian exhibit, and we saw the original copy of the Royal Game of Ur. in
Oh my
the
god.
gallery. And so it's like the first board game ever, which I think there was a recent Kickstarter.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
And I was wondering, completely independent of this episode, I was like, was this a family game? Or was this more of a, or was this game in the, you know, the intellectual arena of a male only? We are talking about ancient Babylon, right? So how accessible was this game 400 years, 4,000 years ago or whatever? And then how board games have evolved. We talked a little bit about this before the episode, the evolution of
Mm-hmm.
family board games, right? You
Mm.
started with Monopoly and Clue or Cluedo in England, and now we're at Tossit, right? So it's really interesting how board games evolve, and I find that fascinating.
Me too.
You know, and the fact that our hobby goes back almost 5,000 years is incredible. You know, so that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there are a lot of games that have evolved like that,
Mhm.
haven't there? I guess. I mean, pool, like we said, pool, lawn,
Yep.
lawn bowls, darts
Yeah.
have come to this. And then, like you say, PJ, like when you do say family games, you do think of Monopoly,
Yep.
everything that you started off as a child,
Mhm.
and everything evolves. What other have you got any other family games?
Yeah. So
That
when we whenever we get together with Katie's extended family, we always grab a copy of Stool Pigeon, and I know we've had the designer on and we've talked about it before, but because it plays up to 6, it's really popular with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and so like the family can sit around the table. Because playing cards also, right? Just
Mm.
generic playing cards like canasta, spades, bridge, rummy, all these card games, and now we have these more refined card games in our hobby.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that as well. I was like, so Stool Pigeon was the top of my list as a family game that we always take to my sister-in-law's house constantly.
Because one I had, so I was asking the family before we started recording, and they all said Dixit, which does end up at most Christmas parties or most even work events. And Niki, it's a box of cards all illustrated, and you get 6 cards in your hands, and you have to. They're all unique, and I would describe the picture, but maybe one word, or maybe through song or through rhyme. But it can't be so obvious that people could pick it out straight away.
Oh, I
And all the
see.
other players then try to find a card in their own hand that matches the statement I've made.
That's
All those get
fascinating.
shuffled up, then laid out on the board, and everyone votes who they think is yours. But the number of times that similar cards come out from whatever my definition of that was makes again. I guess it's slightly educational.
Mm.
It's everyone's involved the whole way through the
Yep.
game, and it has loads of standout moments when you just start going. Everyone just laughs because
I love
you
that.
do have those moments that one statement comes out with like 5 different images that all could mean the same thing. It's a really
Oh,
creative game.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a game for the summer or a game for Christmas, definitely check out Dixit. There's tons of expansions. I think there's even a Disney expansion.
There is
now,
a Disney,
isn't there? Yeah.
Disney
okay. I'm
expansion.
sold. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Check it out. It's not
It
an
is
expensive game.
It is worthy. So we have a upcoming work conference this summer, and part of my role is the social chair. Being the gregarious Southerner in the profession, I'm in charge of like social. So we have a game night. Dixit is one of the games that we'll play. Granted, it's not family, but it's like a large group, and it's it's acceptable for a professional setting. You want to try to like an icebreaker kind of thing, get people connected, and Dixit is one of the 3 games that I'm taking up to play. Another one is Codenames, which
Great choice.
has a Disney version.
Yeah.
Codenames is great because you break up into 2 teams, and those teams the size of the teams can be as big as your group. Like it doesn't have to be 3-on-3; it could be 11-on-11 or whatever. And you have 2 masterminds who can see the configuration, like red team, several of you got a grid of words on the table, and he has to get his team, the red team, to guess the words that are printed on the table that are highlighted in red on this little grid in front of him. And the blue team, same thing, right? And so they're trying to do that, but you can only give one word clue and one number. So if you're trying to lead your team to 1 or 2 or 3 words on the grid, I can give you one word and say 3. That lets you know that my clue is applicable to 3 words. But then you're like, oh, one of the blue team's words is really similar. And if my team guesses, it helps them instead. But that's a really good family game too, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a great
Yeah.
one. It's what we play last thing on a Friday. I usually get the team together, work team together.
Yeah.
There's a really good online version
Yes.
that plays for free. And it works a treat. So yeah, team game, good for the mind. And again, there's moments where you take out the enemy spy.
Yes.
And everyone loses because of the one word you can't say.
Yep.
Those are two great. Yeah,
Those
games.
are really good games. Yeah.
Yeah, good games.
Niki, what about you? What about your family? Do you have anything that hits your table at home for you?
For us, it's very traditional in my house. It's literally Monopoly and Ludo as well, actually. Ludo.
Okay.
That is, I know, it's really, really basic, but it's one of those games that we come back to it, I suppose, the nostalgic kind of factor, because we have so many lovely memories
Sure.
tied in with these games. So we're just that kind of family. I know, it's weird. Like, I'm open to new games. I mean, those games that you just mentioned, I've written them all down, especially because you saw me with the Disney. But they're not open to that. They're like, no. If I bring a new game home, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll play this, and then can we go back to Monopoly? It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's
these things
difficult, you know?
when we have friends. I'm sure PJ, you're the same. When you have friends over who aren't gamers, and then they look at the games collection and they just go, what? But the next time I've seen them and we played a couple of games like Codenames, they'll go, oh, I've got Codenames, or I've been and bought another great one is Just One as a party game. Really good. It's a word guessing game that
I like that.
again is not expensive. Definitely check out Just One, because once you get them kind of hooked, they'll be looking forward to you coming around again. But it's a fine balance, because you go too far, some of the games are so complicated.
You taught us that game while we were in England, and that
Had you not played? Have you not played it before? Hadn't you?
I was a little leery. I was like, I don't know if this is, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
You loved it.
I loved it. It was great.
You were throwing yourself around the room with your wild guesses. So Just One's another. I don't think there's not a reskin. It's got plenty of Disney references in it.
It does.
So,
but not exclusively Disney. But
no, it's got loads of video game culture.
So it's like you have a clue, right? Walk us through that game. Just One.
Yeah. So it's a cooperative game, so you all have to win together. Yep. You pick up a card. It's 13 cards. First player picks up a card, and they show it to everyone else apart from themselves, and it's got 5 words on it. So the word could be weather.
Okay.
Everyone has to write down a word related to the weather onto their little like on a dry white pen. I shut my eyes and everyone reveals their words. If any words are the same, they are removed from the clues I'm about to see. So if PJ wrote rain and you wrote rain, Niki, they will be vanished. So you're trying to pick words that are not going to be too common, but at the same time need to keep it, allow me to guess the word. So weather's quite easy because you've got sun, you've got rain, you've got clouds, rainbow, whatever it might be. I'm running out of words myself. Right. There's must be many of them. But the art is trying not to get the common ones.
And there's a fine balance, right? So we're all trying to come up with a word that's related to weather. But I'm trying to think of a word that Niki is not going to write down, or anyone else in our team. And then we're all trying to do the same thing. Yeah. So then what could be worse? And I think this happened once or twice to us. No one duplicated a word. So then
Yeah.
Gareth opens his eyes and there's 6 different words. And it's like,
and they're all a bit abstract.
right?
The people have gone, yeah, there's no obvious. There's no rain or cloud
Yeah.
or sun.
It'll be like
everyone's-
precipitation
Yes.
or,
Yeah, that's a great word.
cumulus and then you're trying to figure out, well, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Right.
And someone's gone really off piece and written like a song title because it's got weather in it,
Oh,
raining.
that's
You can only have
mean.
one word.
Right.
But it's then you work through 13 cards, and the more cards you solve and you get right, the better collectively you get. But again, that's a small box.
Yep.
That can definitely get thrown in the bag.
Great.
In fact, you don't even need the box. You just need
Great
you
game.
need the,
That's a great family
in fact,
game.
we played with our phones because we played it more than the player count.
Right.
So it really is mobile.
Wow.
So yeah, check out Just One as well. That's 3 games for your
There you
Christmas
go.
list anyway.
So Niki is putting together a shopping list as we speak.
I literally am.
On Amazon. Yeah. Watch out for fakes on Amazon though. Watch out for
Oh
fakes.
yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I'm well versed with the fakes. Yeah, especially trying to
Oh,
imitate
sure.
stuff.
Yep.
I can spot the fakes. Yeah.
So before we wrap up, so people can find it on Amazon, in the
Absolutely.
e-store. Are you at any expos? Are you at the UK Games Expo this year, or are you
We're
doing any of the
hoping to
board game
be.
expos?
Yes, we're hoping to be this year, and also we're trying to get into Decathlon UK and some other
Okay.
stores as well.
Ooh.
So watch this space for some announcements on our social media channels.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. I mean, I'll be at the Games Expo. PJ, if you can find some work, get yourself over here.
I'm gonna try.
Might be pushing up. A holiday allowance might be taking a hit.
What about so Niki? If there are any content creators, anyone on Instagram that wants to do a collaboration, are you open to that? And
Yes.
where should they go?
Yes, that is. Thank you very much for bringing that up. We are always looking for content creators and collabs on Instagram because, we want to get the game out there and for people to have an awareness. So yeah, just please on Instagram, just drop us a line, send a DM. So the Instagram is just tossit.uk. Also on TikTok as well, which is just a handle tossituk. Very original.
Easy to find. That's what you want.
Easy. Yes.
That's right.
Easy to
Yeah.
find. Okay,
that's
well,
it.
thank you, Niki. That was really fun. I'm glad we talked about both Tossit, but also share with you some of the games that we find good for families.
Yeah. Thank
Anything
you.
to wrap up with, PJ?
No, I don't. I think that takes care of us this week. I think we did a good job. Some family games, and we introduced them to our guests. So I love that. She shared her game with us, and we shared more games with her, and that is what we do, right? Right, Gareth?
That's what we do.
I love it.
Thank you, Niki.
Thank you. It's such a wholesome feeling I have right now. Really. I love it. Thank you. And just for giving me
That
this
is awesome.
chance to just come on and join you guys. It's really, really special. So thank you.
That's okay. Thanks for listening, everyone. See you soon.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Please subscribe. And as always, we love to hear your thoughts and ideas. So make sure to leave those in the comments. And don't forget, you can also chat with us both on Instagram at Meeple to Meeple.